I've always been a unique person, you know what I mean? Sort of laid back in a way, but very adamant and very passionate about what I believe. I think a lot of times that sort of throws people off because they don't expect me to have the mindset or the process of thought that I do. And so when you come in to watch my channel, you may hear a myriad of thoughts and ideas that could be different from others. What I want you to do is just sit back, like, share, and subscribe. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Helping you along the way. Helping you to make it through another day. Yeah, yeah. Everything you need to know that you never knew, that you need to know. Lockhart perspective.
Well, hello and welcome to the Lockhart Perspective. I am Felicia Lockhart and I'm absolutely ecstatic because tonight we have an exceptional guest with us. It is Tonya Banks. She is one of the Little Women Los Angeles, and a lot of you may know that program. I know that I do. I like it. I actually have binge watched it on several different occasions. And it's good. I really like it. I always like the reality shows or whatnot. And the reality TV is, it's what I just, I veg on it sometimes. And I just want to stop and say hello to everybody. Hello, Angela, Black Spring with Autumn. Good evening, everyone. If you can hit the like and share and subscribe button for the AI and dissemination of the screen, we would appreciate it. Thank you so very much for that. And Susie Pentland, hello, how are you? And I am so glad that you do, Angela Reed. It's so good to see you. And my sister, Melinda Ann, how are you? It is so good to see you. Good evening, everyone. You guys, this is going to be really good because Tonya has an exceptional new book that just came out, and I love the title. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself and give her about 3 good minutes to get you guys nice and warmed up before we get into the good part, right? Because the good part is clearly going to be the book. That's the way I see it. The good part is going to be the book. Well, she's the great part, right? But the good part, the juice, is what's in that book. And so we're going to want to talk about the book tonight. We're going to want to listen to everything she's got to share with us. And I'm just going to jump right into it. Tonya, are you ready? I see you fluffing that beautiful hair. You're looking so great and so grand. Thank you for being with us this evening. How are you now?
Thank you. I am great, girl. I am great.
Well, I know you got an exceptional new piece of work. I don't know whether people know it or not, but not only is she an actor and a writer and a producer and all these great things, she's also an entrepreneur, and she has several thriving businesses to which we now add author. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. I mean, you are a woman about your business. I'm going to tell you that. You are a woman about your business. Now, I want everybody to get to know you, right? I want them to know about, your beginning. Of course, don't give away the book because I want you guys to buy it. The description is down below in the link.
Everything, yeah.
But I do want you to familiarize some of us who may not know a lot about you with you, your craft, your work. Where did it all begin? I'm going to be off the mic, so go ahead and do your thing. Take however long.
Okay. Well, it started when I was in high school. I've always wanted to be an actress, which that bug got in my ear through my dad. And so I, took acting classes and everything during high school. And after I graduated, soon as I was job hunting, when a lot of people wasn't hiring a sister because they felt she was too short for certain situations. But a casting company ended up calling me because they found out about me through this organization called Little People of America. It was a foundation that was created through Billy Barty, who was a little person and an actor. He was an actor, and he created this foundation for little people, for us to get together, be educated on our statue, on our anatomy, on what because it's we're dwarfed. We're not midgets. We're dwarfed, which there's over 200 to 300 different types of dwarf. And my type of dwarf, it's called achondroplasia, which is one of the main or most popular little person, I guess, or type. But so I joined the organization, the foundation, and so they was making a movie, and so they called the foundation and were asking for little people, and so then they called me up, and I've been in the business ever since. Started as a child double, stand-in double, and then I just moved up the ranks from doing stand-in and doubling to stunts to acting to costume work to commercials, movies, TVs, plays, Broadway, off Broadway. I did Radio City Rockettes. I did that show for 12 years, traveled all over the place. So yeah, so that's how I got into the entertainment business. So, I can't hear you.
Thank you so much. They're used to me. They're used to me jacking stuff up. Now, I heard you say that you did stunts. Tell us about that.
So I did stunts in Bad Santa. Tony Cox, he was the elf. He was the main actor. Him and Billy Bob Thornton. It was Bernie Mac, John Ritter, and I did his stunts. He couldn't do the stunts. He didn't want to do the stunts. He couldn't do the stunts, and I was like, Tony, I can do your stunts. And so then he told the director, and then the director was like, okay. And yeah, that was my biggest stunt that I did. But I've done stunts on other shows, like way back, Ally McBeal. It was a show, like a detective show called Standoff. I did a stunt on there. I've done quite a few stunts. So yeah, I've done it all.
Tell me, how does that work? Tell me, how does that work? Are you uncomfortable? I mean, do you have to like recuperate afterwards? Tell me about that.
What, doing the stunts?
Yes.
No, well, like certain things, like if I'm not comfortable with it, I'm not gonna do it. But I've been lucky where everything that they needed me to do, I was willing and capable of doing. So, yeah, I haven't like literally jumped out of a window.
Well, thank God for that.
Not like that yet, but
yeah, I totally get it. Well, let me ask
falling
you.
out of a rolling car. No, I haven't did that yet. Not that I wouldn't do it, but I just haven't done it yet.
Well, let me ask you something. A lot of people will say, when you consider a little person, do you feel like a lot of people want to make you handicapped? Do you feel like that? Like a lot of people prior to you getting in the industry, did you feel like, because the name of your book is, it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. So I'm harping on that piece right there, because see, I know you as a capable woman. When I've seen you on television, when I saw you on Martin years and years ago, you was throwing down on Martin. I don't know if you guys remember that episode of Martin, but she was getting down on Martin, honey. Boogieing. She had her dance going and everything. And so I know a lot of times that, back before you became, famous, did you find that people, like you say at the job situation, how people were trying to go at you, well, no, we don't want to do this.
Discrimination.
Yeah, tell me about that, because there are a lot of ignorant people out there that have no clue of what's real. And now you guys are just taking over. Oh, the little women of Atlanta, the little women of Los Angeles, baby, they are taking over. And you guys are a formidable foe to all of the chicks at the Housewives. Just saying, look like they may be having a Housewives Little Women. So go ahead and tell me all about it. Tell me all about it.
Well, I mean, they don't have to have a housewife, a little woman. They could just have me on the Housewives as a woman.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So what can we do to help facilitate this effort? Because to me, that would be awesome.
First, I gotta get married.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would work. But you know what? Some of these ladies are not even married.
I know,
they be keeping up a ruckus. They be keeping up a ruckus.
Let me get a fiance first. Let me get a fiance.
Okay, get you a fiance. Okay. So now, getting back to the question, I do want to know, how did you overcome that? I mean, who helped you? I heard you mention your dad, but who put it in you to have this overwhelming sense of self-assurance and confidence? Where did that come from? Because you exude. I've been in places where you've been, and you walk in the room owning it. You walk in the room owning it. So tell me about that. Who deposited all that good stuff in you?
All I can say, I got it from my mama. My mom, I mean, they used to call her thoroughbred because she was one of a kind, and she did not play. She did not treat me any different. In fact, personally, I think she was a little harder on her sister, but it was all good. It's all good. But she would, she exude confidence, and she was a hustler, she was way back in the day, she was getting that bag, and she just taught all three of my other two sisters, all three of us, all girls. She just, groomed us to be strong, independent Black women.
So do you ever find yourself in the position to sew into other little women, little young ladies who need that extra boost of confidence? Are you involved in any philanthropic organizations? Are those organizations like what Mr. Billy Barty created still around?
Well, the organization, the LPA, yes, they are still around. Every year around 4th of July, which is my birthday week, they usually have like a convention, a national convention. Every year it's a different state. I haven't really been able to go to the conventions to the different states, but when they have the convention out here, I do attend, a day or two.
Yeah. And so have you, let me ask you something, because you mentioned your two sisters. And I watched the show, and I've seen your daughter come on the show with you. I'd like for you to tell everybody, before we get too deep into everything, tell us about your daughter, tell us about what she does. I know she dances and all that good stuff. Let the people get to know that. Go ahead and share.
Well, she's 20. In fact, she'll be 29 next week. She's a professional dancer and choreographer. She has her master's in social work. So she works for a contracting company. So right now she's working with kids with disabilities. Like she's a behavior therapist. So she deals with kids with autism and different who have certain learning disorders. She keeps them guided and keeps them focused on doing their schoolwork and stuff. So, and she loves it. She really, really loves it. Since we've been on quarantine, she's been working from home. So she has her, computer and everything in her room, and she'll close the door because she's like, I'm at work. And I'll hear her talking with her client. And I'm like, oh, that's so cute. That's so sweet. I'm so glad she has like a passionate heart. And I know I don't, if it was she had a passionate heart, that it was created because she had a mom that was a little person. But even though I didn't take no mess from her or anybody else, but or if it's just, she just, because she's really, really, really good with kids. And so, yeah, but she has an Instagram. So if anybody want to contact her to be one of her dancers or choreograph any of their music videos and stuff like that, she's on IG. It's Dancer Feet 92.
Well, we're going to go to Dancer Feet 92 right now. We're going to find Dancer Feet 92 because I want to see it. And so,
girl, she be dancing in all her heels, and because she takes the heel classes, and she's working out right now. She's a one. I think she's kind of like a sponsor of Herbalife.
okay.
So she be, she got her trainer, and she be doing her thing. I said, I ain't mad at you, girl.
So she's boogieing on here.
We looking like sisters.
Okay. All right. So let me look. I'm looking for some reels so that I can share. Do you think she would mind if I shared?
She would love for you to share.
So I'm going to share a couple. Please do. Oh, have mercy. Okay. I think I got one. Oh, wait a minute. Go ahead, soul sister. Go ahead, girl. Work it out. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. I think everybody's really
she got a lot. And it was interesting because by her being a social worker, she had her account private. I said, well, how are you going to get some dancing jobs and choreograph if you got, I said, girl, you better, you ain't doing nothing, disrespectful.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at her. I want to thank you, Melinda Ann, for that wonderful gift that you gave, the super chat. And the super chat says, thank you for your time and hard work, prayers and blessings always. Thank you so much, sis. I sure appreciate that. And here is her daughter, and she's getting down right here. Let's get down.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen this one yet. Maybe I have. There she is.
Look at that face.
And then she has like the hip hop. I mean, you have to probably go down where she be, she just did choreographed a video last weekend.
Alrighty. She's getting down. Okay, let's see if she's got anything else on here.
That was one. Yeah, she got. Okay, that's her lifting. That's with her trainer.
Okay, so she is. Yeah. Well, she's a dancer, and that's what dancers do. So we can't say anything because we've all danced. I mean, I ain't got down like that.
But she does praise dancing too.
Okay,
don't get it twisted. You can see some of that.
I don't want nobody to hear about my secrets, my dancing. I know y'all think I'll be getting down. See, look at that right there. Don't nobody want me to sit down.
Look, I can dance good in the
chair. Okay. Well, I know you definitely don't want me to get down like that. No one does. It wouldn't be.
Well, we've done some TikToks. I don't know if you got TikTok.
No, we don't do the TikTok, but I think that's exceptional that you've raised a daughter and she's got a really influential career. She's doing her dance and she's getting down. She's got a master's degree, so she's got a lot of good sense, right? And so she's a businesswoman. She's doing her thing. I'm proud of her. Yeah, I'm glad to see that. Now, how was it? Was it challenging at all raising a daughter? And she is regular size. She's
average.
Okay, average size. So thank you for the correction. So tell me, was that challenging raising an average size daughter? And give me the logistics because a lot of us struggle with raising, our kids. And tell me, how did you get this whole master's degree, choreographer? Tell me all about educator. Give me all that.
Okay. So when I was pregnant with her, it was a 50-50 chance that she could be a little person like myself or an average size. Well, she's average height. And once I gave birth, because I worked up to 2 weeks before delivery, and when I gave birth and I had this big baby, because she was like 7 pounds, 3 ounces, and like 20 inches long. So I was like, this is not a newborn, this is a toddler. So I just I was real strict and stern with her. I had to get that respect from day one, because I knew by the time she was 6 and 7, she was gonna pass me up. And my mind frame was, you will never see me on nobody's talk show saying that my kid is whooping my butt or being disrespectful to me. That was not gonna happen. So I got her respect, yeah, at a very, very early age. Can't hear you.
Tonya, thank you. So what I was saying is you pretty much just laid that groundwork with the love and all that good stuff from the baby. And then as you reared her, you were very firm and adamant then. You pretty much
Yeah,
let her know.
yeah. I treated her like my dad did us. Like when he told us to do something, he told us one time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I did her. If I told her to do something, I told her one time.
Yeah.
It wasn't no repeating. No. She didn't catch me off guard. I had to stay consistent and focused, and like, cause you know how they try to get you while you're on the phone, and you'd be like, I'd be like, hold on, didn't I tell you to come down here and do these dishes? Heifer, you better come down here and do these dishes.
I haven't heard that. I have not heard that term since my mama, rest her soul, my birth mama, was alive, because I was heifer quite often. I know a lot of people don't understand that, but my mother, we're Southern. My mother was from Mississippi as well. And I remember being heifer for such a long time. I thought that was my name, but the truth about it is, when you give that firm and stern love, then, the child understands. And I did. I mean, back then when we would get whoopings, these days people would consider our whoopings beatings. But no, I got to the point where
I got them.
You see what I'm saying? I got whoopings, and I learned the level of respect. I learned about respecting people's property. I learned about respecting, school teachers. There was none of that. I did one thing one time. I left and I was at a middle school in California, and I never will forget, because I was egged on by other pupils to say something foul to a teacher. I knew in the back of my mind, this may not work out well. And I said something. And when I got home, all 5'9" of my mama was on me. But first, I got beat up from the neighbor at the end, because my mother wasn't at home when they called the house. So they called down and they spoke to Miss Faribault. And so she called Miss Scott, who was down the next part of the lane. And Miss Scott knew. And then after Miss Scott knew, my mama knew. So all of them were getting me all the way down the lane. And let me tell you something. That was the last time I ever stepped out of line with a school teacher. But it was serious. And when she got a hold of me, that's all she wrote. That was all she wrote. It only took that one time for me to get a clue that she was not having that. And so I think it's important when I hear you say, hey, I laid the foundation early. And I think that was very wise, because looking at the children today, they are taking advantage of parents. And it doesn't matter whether they are little people or average, they are doing some damage. So let me ask you about your formal dance training. So did you, as where did she get the dancing from?
So that's all her. It was literally, she was 2 years old. I had a baby. She had a babysitter. Her name was Getta, and so Getta used to watch her. When I was at this time, I was working at USC, and she was watching her. And at that time, that's when Barney was out.
Mm-hmm.
So they used to watch the Barney, and Angelique would be the only one getting up, doing the whole routine and singing the songs to the Barney. So I came home from work, because I'm working at 8 to 5, and trying to pay these bills and take care of her, and Gerda gonna tell me, Tanya, you need to put Angelique in dance class because she loves to dance and she knows every Barney song and routine and I'm like, I'm trying to make money to pay you, And so I was like, okay, and so then like the following week, I come to pick up my baby, and Gerda got her in a dance class. Blackwell Dance Studio.
Oh, wow.
And so I come to pick her up. She goes, oh, well, we enrolled all the kids into Blackwell. And so you have to go over there and pick her up on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, how much is Blackwell? And I was like, okay. And so my mom ended up paying for it, for her classes there. My mom said, I'll pay for them. Thank you. So she got her little tap shoes and ballet shoes and a little leotard, and you couldn't tell that little girl nothing.
Wow. That's interesting.
She's been in dance classes ever since. Like, ever since.
So did you find that putting her in that, as well as you being entertainment, that sort of balanced her out? Because she had to work to do the dance. She had to work for that. She had to work to learn it. You know what I mean? Has she gotten any parts? Not because of you or nepotism, but because of the dancing. Is she in anything other than the videos that we just saw? And then we know that there are professional videos, as you just stated.
Right.
But is there any like movies, or does she ever, other than coming on with you? Because I have seen her on there with her, and she's really good.
Yeah, she's done some things. Not movies yet or anything like that. Her goal is to like dance for Beyonce, be one of them background dancers for some, or a choreographer for one of those people. So that's her goal. Because at first I thought she wanted to open up a dance studio, a dance studio, dance school, but I don't know how she feels about that now, but she's like, I just want to be a choreographer, and I want to be a professional dancer, and I want to go on tour. And I was like, oh, that's why you ain't gave me no grandbabies yet, huh?
So that's two things on the wish list.
I understand.
Beyonce,
do you enjoy yourself?
Mm-hmm. So listen, we have just pulled up your website, and I want you to share with everybody what this great goodness is that we're looking at here. I see that we have the book pre-order, but I think you can order this now.
Yeah, you can order books now, but my assistant, she's supposed to change that.
So,
but yeah, this is the book. You can order it now, and then my wine.
I'm gonna go to all of those. So let's see. So wine. Let's do the book. Let's do the wine first and end with the book. Well,
okay.
Do I want wine?
Now, only thing about the wine, you have some dry states, and I think where you're located, that's a dry state.
Well, that's okay.
The winery doesn't ship to dry states.
Okay. So if you're living in some southern states, what she's saying is you will not be able to get it.
Well, they have some states, like you could if you know a liquor store or a market or like a Bevmo or something like that, they can order it.
Okay.
They can order it, and then you can go get it from there.
Oh, I love this. When life's a beach, don't cry, wine. I love it. Don't cry, wine. So this is LaTonya Renee Red Blend Wine. And then this is you, of course, girl. You rocking it with your bikini, talking about wine to the rescue. I love it.
Yeah, that's a lifeguard shack up in Malibu.
Oh, I love it. And Malibu is a beautiful place. So now let's see. Tell me what we got here. Looks like
that's my activewear line, my athletic wear.
And people can get this on your website?
Yes, they can order. They can go go straight to the website. They can order the book, the wine, the activewear line,
Oh, these are cute.
and anything else. Yeah, because those are capris.
Oh, those are adorbs. 10
So
bucks.
my
What a good price. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
I love
everything
it.
on sale. I'm every because I'm gonna do a new collection. So
Okay.
so I'm just getting rid of everything that I have right now.
$10 for capris. And right now, with everybody being, some states are being, on quarantine, generally
Right.
that's what you're wearing. I mean, I have on a neat pair of capris right now. And I love cardigans, so cardigans are my thing. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, I just love cardigans. If you had a cardigan,
Right.
I'd be buying the cardigan. But I love capris. Capris are something casual. You can get up, take your shower in the daytime if you're still at home or working from home, and put them on, and still be decent enough to run to the mailbox or to run to the grocery store or something really quickly. Okay,
Yeah,
so
they call it leisure active leisure wear now.
okay.
It's not active wear. It's active leisure wear because people wear it all day, every day for everything.
Mm. Well, here is the book, and you can order it now. And it says it's not what you're called, it's what you answer to. Order it now. Tell us about this book. What are we going to find in this book? What's going on here? Tell us what we got.
So in this book is a bio. You get a chance to see how I was raised, what I went through growing up, all my first time this, my first time that, all the it, all of my situations, they were either good and turned bad or bad and turned good, and it's just you're gonna be on like a roller coaster ride with the book, but it's very informational. It just lets you know that the trials and tribulations I went through and the stumbling blocks, how I switched the stumbling blocks to stepping stones to get to get through my journey and to let people know, um, everybody, we don't have control of the hand that we're dealt, but you can get that trump card, your best asset, and use it as a trump card and play the game and play to win.
Play the game and play to win. It's not what you're called, it's what you answer to. Why that title? Is that why the title? Why the title?
The title is because I've been called a lot of things,
Okay. Okay.
and originally the book was going to be named something else,
Uh-huh.
but the publisher, DeVoe Publications, she was like, "Well, Tonya, how are you going to go and launch this? How are you going to go on radio stations and get interviews and say this name?" And I was like, "Yeah, you got a point there." And she was like, "Well, what are you trying to get across to the
What
people?"
was the working name? We want to know.
And so I know. And I said, "Well, it's no matter what you're called, it's like it's what you answer to." She said, duh. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay."
Hmm.
But originally, woo, okay, I am a little person. I am an African American woman. But they got names for all those. They got instead of a little person, they call you midget. Instead of African American person, they call you nigger.
Hmm.
And instead of a woman, is a bitch.
Something else. Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
So that's what the it
Wow.
was. I
Thank
was
God
gonna
for
have
that
like
publicist. That was a train wreck. I could have told you the answer to that one. That's a no.
right, right, right. So I was like, it was gonna be like one book, two books, three books, and then I was gonna be standing on the book like I conquered all that.
Okay, yeah. That was a great visual, great idea, but that's a no.
Exactly. So I was like, oh, you're right. I said, because I can't have, I need this book to be in everybody's house. I can't,
Absolutely.
be PG, or, I mean, I can't have it,
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
people like,
R. That wasn't even
oh,
PG. That was R.
right.
That
No,
was
no, no.
R.
I gotta have it. I mean, I have to have it
You
PG.
wanted
So it's
PG.
like,
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I can't have it where people hiding it like it's a Playboy magazine or something.
That you couldn't put that on the coffee table as a
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
no.
Nobody's gonna come in the house and we're just gonna have a quick comment about, what's on the coffee table. We'd be like, yo, well, what's with this lady here? She seems so sweet. There was a question that was posed by one of our mods, and that's One Peaches 41. She wants to know about the pros and cons of dating. What are the pros and cons of dating for you? I guess the real question are there any deal breakers? I mean, pros and cons of dating.
Okay, so when she say pros and cons of dating, on what I'm attracted to, or they're being attracted to me?
Well, let's give both. You can give us both. I mean,
Okay. Well, men, just like women, we have our preference, or
mhm,
they have their preference. So that cuts off
mhm,
quite a few.
mhm.
And then everyone I've dated, they wasn't shallow, and they fell in love or liked my personality or my confidence. So but you have to kind of pick and choose. I came across a couple of clowns,
Yeah. Okay. Tell us
one in
about the
particular,
clowns.
but
Tell us
the
about
one
the
in
clowns.
particular,
Yeah, because we watched the show.
ooh,
Tell us about the clowns.
ooh, girl, I don't even want to bring his name up or his
Don't bring up
face
his
up or
name.
nothing. I don't want to bring up. Ah,
You just give us an example of it. What a clown is. Let me ask you this:
well,
what guy will get your attention, and what guy would tell us, give us the character of the type of man that would get your attention? I heard you mention earlier about being engaged. You wanted to be engaged eventually and get married. So tell us, what kind of guy would earn your attention? And I'm going to take myself off the screen so that the guys and people on the planet that are going to be watching this and that are watching it now, they know exactly how they got to scruff up their game. They got to get.
okay. It's a little picture. Oh, there we go. Um, well, I was asked this a couple of weeks ago, and I told the person that they have to be my best friend. Um, they got to make me laugh. They can't be shallow. Be self sufficient, confident. You know, because and they got to have their own stuff going on, because I know I've ran into a couple where they didn't have nothing going on, and I had a lot going on, and it was a problem. It was just a problem. I was like, okay, what you bringing to the table, brother? Like, this ain't working, and they get a little envious. I mean, they don't start off or wanting to be envious, but the admiration end up turning into like a little envy, or insecure, or whatever you want to call it. And I can't deal with them complexes and entitlement situations and stuff.
So when you say entitlement or complex situations, I mean, like do they have like, I mean, because I'll be honest, I know that when you think of, okay, what would I do if I got $1 billion, or if I got $1 million, you think of, maybe I should just shine up the one that I'm, driving. Instead of buying a new car, let me just shine up the one I'm driving, right? And so oftentimes when you think of, while I'm well off, what type of person do I want to deal with? Do I want to deal with somebody who doesn't know me, or that does? Now, if you're dealing with somebody that you just met, is it going in the back of your mind that he might only want you because, you're famous, you're on television, What's the thought? I mean, what goes through
Yeah,
your mind?
all those things. Fetish, um, just because they, because everybody else know me or whatever. Um, and you let a person talk long enough that it'll come out. You'll be like, I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, I see what you about. Boy, bye.
Boy, bye.
Bye.
Well,
That's
getting back,
it, and that is all. Bye.
we are here with none other than Tonya Renee Banks. Tonya is sharing with us her new book, and the new book is it's not what you are called, it's what you answer to. So it doesn't matter what anybody else says about you. It doesn't matter, you know, what somebody says about you. It's what you answer to, and that's
Mhm.
basically what you're saying. Is it's what you believe about yourself, I would imagine. Is
Exactly.
that what that's saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
really is because um, I was asked on an interview before too on like, have I always been confident or and no, you know, even growing up through school, but I never showed it. It was, I had low self esteem and everything, but I never showed that. People, people, people outside. I don't even think my mom knew. Um, but I was very. I went through a challenging time because, doing middle school, junior high school, our bodies we're going through changes, and I talk about it in my book because right before I started junior high school, middle school, I had surgery. I had an aneurysm. So
Mm,
they had to like literally shave all my hair off
mm,
in sixth grade. So I go to a new school, seventh grade, because it was seventh grade at that time. New school, I'm little and I'm bald headed. Because of the surgery. So the hair was just now kind of growing back like a little fuzz. And you get bullied. I got bullied. Um, but and then your body's changing. So now I'm getting acne and it's just a lot of things going on.
mhm, mhm.
And so junior high school was sort of like my hardest time growing up. Um, but God sent like the right people into my life to help me get through it. So I thank you, Jesus. He knows who to put in your life. So
Mhm.
um um I used to work in the student stores at the school. So I stayed in the student stores the whole 3 years that I was there.
And that was at
Well,
middle school or at high school?
middle school.
Okay, so in middle school, you stayed working in the student store. So that's probably where you got that congenial, bubbly customer service. You're very, very bubbly. I mean, every time you see her, she's always smiling. She's just, I mean, and then there are parts of the show that is just like, oh, honey, you are snapping. And I was so excited when I saw you go in on somebody. It was like popcorn or Cheetos time. I was like, okay, she's getting down. Let's see. You guys, I don't know if anybody in the chat has watched the show, but it's actually a very good show. I think you guys on your 8th season now, correct? Is it
we
eight or
we
nine?
we finished season 8, but we had started season 9, but they shut us down due to COVID. So I don't know if they're gonna pick it up later or what
Mm-hmm.
right now. So
So you don't know if
so
they're
right
gonna. So right now you guys are on hiatus
yeah,
until further.
we're not doing nothing.
Okay.
They just started airing Atlanta. Now Atlanta started
Yeah.
airing last
Yesterday.
yesterday was their first episode, but the Friday prior they did like a reunion, like a catch up.
Oh.
So but yeah, they just started back because Atlanta they were filming and they were able to film in Atlanta, but California they shut stuff down. They're just now kind of like opening stuff up a little bit, but it's um, they're like, well, we'll see.
Yeah, I
And
know that.
I'm still doing stuff. Girl, I got
That's
an
what I was gonna ask.
animation cartoon
Okay,
we're producing that
I'm gonna take
we're
myself
pitching.
off the screen so she can tell you about it. I wish I could play it. Her production company, I mean, they sent it to me.
You don't have it?
Oh, I got it, but I can't play that. Uh-huh. There's a couple of
The cartoon?
there's a couple of one or two little innuendos in there that are uh think about the innuendos. There's a couple of innuendos in there, Tonya Banks.
About
There's
the taco?
not the taco.
When I fall?
When the guy is over you and you're like, oh no, boy, I don't know. I just know
No,
that
he's no,
somebody cussed.
it's
I
huh?
don't know which cat that it wasn't your character. I think it was the guy. Somebody cussed. I don't know. I'll play.
He don't curse. Because that guy is a real doctor and he don't curse. He
Oh,
said he, and so that's what's so funny about it because the words he used, they're not curse words.
okay. Well, let me go ahead on and pull that up. I'm gonna let you go ahead and
He goes,
describe.
that's my shignick.
Oh, oh, that's what he said. Okay, because I was like, oh no, that won't
No,
work.
no.
That will
Yeah,
definitely
he don't
right.
curse. He don't curse. No.
Okay, so good. So her people did send it to me. It's exceptional. It was good. It's just that one little piece. I was like, oh no, I don't know how that's gonna work.
No, he don't. Oh, he don't curse. No.
Okay, good. Okay, let me see. What are you guys talking
He's
about?
really into his church too. He's like, no, I'm not
Okay,
doing that.
okay. So, AKA Blasian Queen 4 says, I was bullied too. School was,
I know. Hey, Blasian, hi.
she says, school was tough and kids are mean. That is so true. That is so true. The other day we were looking and I was getting my grandson ready for school, and he's getting so tall now. We said, okay, we just got to take him shopping because this kid is just like as tall as a reed. He's just so tall. And he had this pair of comfortable sweats that he has that he wears around the house. And he was like, hey, I'll just wear these. Well, when you were doing the digital school at home, yeah, you could have done that. But you can't go outside with no little sharks on the end of the pants. He had little sharks around the fence, and he's 9. So I was like, oh no. And his mom was like, well, I don't know what's wrong with that. He need to be able to wear what he want to wear. I said, sweetie, what you don't understand is what you are thinking and what you are saying and what I'm thinking. It might be normal, but kids are naturally honest and they are trying out their comedic wherewithal when they're in elementary school. I remember being in school and this boy talked about me every single day. And back then you couldn't cry about it. You just had to shake your head and get on the bus and do what you're doing.
Girl, this one, I'm gonna give his name. His name was Zachary, and he used to he did everybody. So, but when he got to me, he used to say, he was just the jokes after jokes just roll off his tongue. He was like, Tonya, you so little, you could do push-ups on the curb. Tonya, you so little, you could sleep in a matchbox. And he was just going on and on and on. And I was like, but yeah, kids, they could be they could be cool.
Well, again, my OG mod has a great question, and she says, what are some of the steps you took to prepare yourself for the challenges that you might face once you left the family and went out on your own as a young adult? And you were out of the house at a reasonable hour. You weren't like hanging around forever. You left home at a reasonable time. When I say hour, I mean time frame. You weren't like one of these people that was like, 50 years old, still living at home.
No, I literally, I didn't move out until I was 24, but I wanted to move out at 19. But my mom was like, girl, you don't need to be going nowhere. So, and every year after that, I kept saying, okay, I want to move out. And she was like, So then at 24, I was like, okay, I'm out of here. So, but I was never scared. I was never, my mom had already prepared me to pay bills and stuff. Because even though I was living here, she still had her sister paying some bills. She was like, "You working? You paying some bills? You got to pay some utilities." And so, and I used to do all the grocery shopping and cooking and cleaning, and so it was like, it really wasn't nothing to move out on my own. I wanted it, and because I've always had a car, I had a car at the age of 16. So
Get out. Tell us about the car.
my
Tell us about
I
the
had
car.
I had a green Buick Regal with
Okay.
white wall tires.
Get out of here. OMG. Okay, so tell us all about it like I don't know nothing about it. Go ahead.
Man, you couldn't tell me nothing.
OMG. Tell us
Oh
all
man.
about it.
And my mom, she didn't play. She got all of us a car at 16 when I was able to get a driver's license. I actually didn't get my license till 17, but I had the car first before I got the license. But yeah, but it was funny because she used to always make me do her errands. You need to go to the bank. You need to go to grocery shopping. You need to go get the cleaners. You got to go pay this bill. You need to go take this bill. You need to do this. And I was like, okay, did she give me this card so I could do all her errands?
Yes, it sounds like that's what she did. Sounds like that's what she did. Now,
I was so mad. I was like, and then when I wanted to go to the football game, girl, you're not ready to drive way out there to no football. Oh, but I can go pay your bills though and go do your errands.
Tonya, your arms are on point, honey. Let us see those arms again. Do that because when I do it, it looks like a flag. Look at you.
Well, this is what they call muscle memory, because from a kid growing up, like in my book, it tells I never had a stool. My mama never gave me a stool.
Really?
Never. I had to climb up on the cabinets for everything. I had to climb up on the sink to brush my teeth. I had to climb on the sink to anything. Climb up on the counter to get stuff out the cabinets. Climb up into the refrigerator. Climb up into the washing machine. I had to climb. I was a professional climber. So that's like a gymnast. Gymnastics people.
Absolutely.
When you use your own body weight, it tones you up. So.
Wow, because your arms are fierce. And I see you working out sometimes. I see you working out sometimes on Instagram, and I think that's outstanding. So we have one question from one of my other mods, Black Spring with Autumn. She wants to know about your skincare secrets and your lovely glow. What do you do for that?
Well, one, I take it sounds gross, but you have to really be careful. Okay, so I take cod liver oil gel caps. Because, years ago, your grandmama and mama used to give you that nasty cod liver oil to keep you from getting sick and stuff. Well, it's a like an antioxidant, and it builds your immune, and it has vitamin D and vitamin A. So it helps you with your skin and your eyes. And it builds your immune system. So I take that, and I take moringa, which is a herb from a plant in Africa somewhere. And before I was going to the dermatologist a lot, because my acne used to be so bad, it used to look like a back of a Nestle's Crunch bar. It was horrible. But I was going to the dermatologist, but now I use Urban Skin RX.
Okay, now you need to just go ahead on, and I have an eye cream that I'm working on to launch. You need to launch your skincare next, because I already know after the book.
And it's interesting. I was gonna do skincare before the wine.
Wow.
But the doctor that I was gonna partner up with, he was in Florida, and somehow my publicist at the time, the ball dropped.
Mm-hmm.
It dropped, and then the wine situation kicked in first. So after, but I was gonna, in fact, I was gonna see if I could work with my dermatologist,
Mm-hmm.
and we come up with a skincare. So that's still one of
your
goals.
visions. Well, good. I'm glad I beat you to something, because I'm going to just tell a big secret here.
Okay.
I have known Tonya Banks for several years, and Tonya Banks has always been a hustler and an entrepreneur. I have learned in talking to her this evening some things that I didn't know. I didn't know anything about the whole jumping in the cabinets, having to do all that. I didn't know any of that. I just knew that you were very independent coming up. I knew that. And the reason why I was cracking up laughing about the car when I said, oh, you had a car. The reason why
you used to be in it.
Let me tell y'all something. You think I'm late, man? I would be late some mornings, and I would go back in the house after I done ran back and missed the bus. I done ran back home. My mama said, you better get away from me and call Tonya. You better call Tonya. You better catch her and see if Tonya ain't left yet. And I would catch her, and she'd be like, okay, I'm coming down the hill then. I'm leaving now. And she'd come on down the hill and pick me up, and we'd be rolling. We'd be rolling. And when I tell you, Tonya is and was just as confident and just as, there's, again, because I'm in the interviewing stage right now, I am learning some things about you that I didn't know, again, with the cabinets and everything. But I'm going to tell you that, yes, I didn't know anything about you not having the confidence either, because as long as I have known you, which is what, 10th grade? 10th grade. 10th grade.
10th grade. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 10th grade.
10th grade.
Yeah.
We was in drama class together.
Yes. And the funny thing is that I've never known you not to have confidence.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody knew. I wasn't going to show that because due to, I know people treat you according to, what energy you put out there,
Mm-hmm.
So, I just.
Old head do say we're thugs. Yeah, we're thugs. Oh, this is getting good, he says. But the great part about it is that, being that, you do what you do, and, she knows some stuff. She knows where the bodies are buried. Let me just tell you that. Tonya know where the bodies are buried. For me. But what he said? He said, Lockhart, you don't do sketch comedy. No.
Who is this?
His name is Old Head Deuce, and he is hilarious. He's hilarious, and when you hear his voice doesn't look anything like this little character that he uses. His voice sounds like he's like 6'2" or whatever. But he could be, but that little character that he's got here, it says Old Head Deuce, and then the little hashtags FBT. What, I don't know what that means, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But the deal about it is that, yes, even though I have known you for most of my life, the deal is, we live miles apart. Not only do we live miles apart, it's a relationship that she and I have that, she doesn't have to speak to me for a year. She can be so busy. She can be going over here or go over there. And then she can just give me a call out of nowhere. Hey, girl, what's going on? Or I can call her. Hey, girl, what's going on? If she answers, or if I answer, we're just going to be right there with each other. But the truth about the matter is that I have known her to always be a very confident person. And I think that speaks volumes when you consider the fact that I've never known you to be anything but confident. And I'm still stunned. And I don't remember your skin looking like the back of a. This is why I was looking at when she said that. Y'all saw my eyes. I was like, but I do remember my acne, of which I'm getting now. I got nervous.
Like I said, it started on the forehead. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. And my mom had me go to the dermatologist, and they gave me some Retina A liquid, and it cleared it up. But the minute I stopped using the Retina A, it came back. Then it started hitting the cheeks. and
Mhm.
then start hitting chin.
Mm.
Girl, like I said, them little white. When you look at the back of a Nestle Crunch bar and you see them little white little,
I don't see.
that's how my face
I
look.
don't see that.
And
I'm
then they would have spots.
I'm just glad to be able to lend a platform to somebody as excellent as you, because again, I don't know that other shy person. And then I guess a lot of people could say the same thing about some of the people in the chat, that when we see them, they are ferocious, and they are, they're strong, and they're very, fearless. And then I guess that, there will be some times in each person's lives where they did feel that, hey, I don't know, I've been sort of, you know, a little, not so confident. Um,
Right.
Tell us about your walk with the Lord. I hope you give us maybe 10 more minutes, because what I want to know is about your walk with God, because I know that you are a Christian. I know that, and I know that you love the Bible. I know that you have a Bible study. Tell us that piece. Um,
Oh,
and then I'll be back to your book for you.
uh, so yeah. I mean, I have a great relationship. I had to start dating God. Like really, I had to date him like you date a man, or a man date a woman. I had to read the word. I had to learn his background, his lineage, his people. Joseph and Mary, and what he like and what he don't like, and what he expect, from us. Um, the blessings, the grace, the having faith, because I really didn't have. Well, I could still say I kind of don't have patience. I usually tell people my patience is shorter than me, so that's short. But God has been really, really, by me building my faith in Him, is giving me patience, because I'm my faith is waiting on him, and his grace and mercy and his blessings. Like I have a prayer journal. I write like a lot of my prayer requests, or I'll pray for other people. So it's myself, and I have two other prayer partners. One name is Michelle, and the other one is LaShirl. And we get up every morning, um, around 9, 8, that between 8 and 9, and we'll pray to get our day started. And we will pray for other people. So we've gotten a list. Like people are like, oh, well, pray for you and your prayer partners. Pray for me for this, or pray for. Okay, and we go in, and it's like the best relationship in the whole wide world, to have that relationship with God, because He says it says in the Bible, seek Him first, and then He will provide everything else for you. He will give you, I mean, abundantly and above your expectations. So I tell people all the time, you need some God in your life. Because I start my morning with praise and worship songs, with your CD too.
They don't know about my CD. They know about a couple of songs. They only know about a couple of two songs that I've uploaded, but they don't know about the entire CD. I haven't brought it over yet, but I will.
Why
And
not?
well, because it's really weird. It just feels like I don't want to overwhelm people with like a bunch of my stuff. I mean, look at your face.
Girl, that's a blessing. Your CD, I gave one to my sister, because you gave me a couple of them,
Mhm.
girl. And I only have a CD in the Lexus, so I keep it in there. So when I start that car up, I love the Lord. Your song,
Oh wow.
oh man,
Oh
girl, girl,
wow. Wow.
girl.
That's a blessing to know.
You don't sleep on that. Don't
Okay.
sleep.
Yes, ma'am. I won't sleep on it. I really do. I love what I do now. I love everybody that's here in our chat. I call them co-laborers. I really do. Um, and I'm really happy at the fact that you are here. Let's see what he says. He says, just saying, the white folk and the black folk, we all gotta be gooder. Sister Felicia gonna shake our blankety blank up again. Because today
What?
we got a shaking. Thank you. We needed that at the Lockhart Perspective. Well, today we had, and that's probably the reason why I'm a little somber today, because I had to experience something this morning, and it really made me it really made me a bit anxious. And so but what it ended up doing was um well, first of all, it made me a little anxious, but what it made me do was it made me be bold. It made me actually say what I had been refraining from saying, because I did not want to feel as if, people are going to think, oh, I'm coming down on them, or, oh, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. But I just really had to come out and ask a question. It was a very heartfelt statement that I made, because it came from my heart. And it was something that after I said it and I listened to it, I valued it and sent it directly to the copyright office, because I feel like it's that type of thing that I do want to make sure that it's solid, it is concrete. I do want people to know that that's how I felt, and that those are my words. So if you ever hear those words again, you know that this was something that came out of some personal pain. It came out, I'll send it to you. But that's what he's pretty much talking about. I just want all of us to get it. And this is as far as our walk with the Father, as far as our walk with God. I really want all of us to understand that everything that we do, everything, no matter how big or small it is, that it does have something to do with the end game. It does. The end of it all, at the end of it all has something to do with something else.
Mhm.
And so having you here today is really a blessing. I wish that
Thank you.
I could say that we talk all the time. We don't. I wish that I could say that, that we see each other all the time. We don't. And that, I think, when you grow up, after you've grown up, because we just lost a very good friend. um,
Right.
and
Joseph.
and the only reason why we both know is because, well, I knew because of Facebook. And then when I talked to you, the only reason why we talked about it was because we were doing this show. But we don't talk a lot. And so
Mhm.
I think that right now it's that closeness and the connection with the body of Christ, the that we really do need. And I think that we are so busy. I do want to say that I believe that, this last year has caused a lot of us to shake off some of the stuff that we were doing, right?
Yeah, I think COVID,
On him.
COVID, COVID was. I think that was God getting everybody's attention, because it shut some stuff down. It slowed people down. It shut it down. People, who think they're better than somebody else, or think they're on a higher, plateau. It brought everybody to the same level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you God is trying to let you know you ain't better than us, and we ain't better than you. We all bleed. We all God's children. We all got to give him his time. Because he's a jealous God. And I heard this one guy said, when you pay your tithe, when you give him 10%, you need to give him 10% of your time. So if it's 24 hours in a day, you need to give God 2 hours and 40 minutes of your time. So, and a lot of people don't do that, So it's just because of COVID. Because I'm a member of one church that's by my home, but because of COVID, I became a part of another church, which they do Zoom, and we do a lot of studying. And like the subject matter that I got this week is about courage, possessing courage to be happy, and courage from God.
Mm-hmm.
So by you saying that you said something and you wanted to go up to, you had the courage,
Mm-hmm.
and you you feel happy that you said it. Like you said,
I feel relieved that I said it.
relieved. Exactly.
But to be honest with you, and I think here's the thing. I feel as if and I don't know, some of the folks that are in the chat could possibly chime in or not. I feel that yes, I'm happy that I got it off my chest. I'm just hurt that I had to go there. Because I feel as if right now we have as a body, let's just say the body of Christ, we've all forged ahead and moved together in spite of our differences, in spite of the color, in spite of all these things, and we have really come a long way in working and showing love to each other and learning one another and really sort of personally knocking down those little bitty personal walls and our personal one-on-one relationships. And it just feels as if now that things are the way that they are, the masses are allowing some of those things to come back up, even in personal relationships where that stuff wasn't there. And so for that reason, I'm not going to harp back on that this morning, but I will just say that's what he was talking about. But I just really feel like, hey, you know what, it's time for us to get in line and to get it together and to get it right.
It's got to.
And it's time for us to all just, wake up and realize when the devil comes and he brings the lies.
Oh, girl.
He does. He loves confusion.
He only comes to kill, steal, or destroy.
That's it.
And destroy. I'm like, the devil is a lie. And I'm like, Lord, protect us throughout the day. Thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your grace. Thank you, for watching over me, delivering me from things. Even the experiences that I had to go through, like with the book, he was there with me, getting me through these different situations. And, you have to, in life period, you have to go through tests. You have to pass tests to graduate to the next grade. So you have to pass tests to get to the next level and to build your faith. Because each test you pass, you have a testimony. Every testimony you have, it builds your faith for patience and strength, and to depend on God and not yourself. Because I have no control. I can make plans, I can have goals, but God might be like, okay, you're gonna hit that goal, but you ain't gonna go by that plan. I got a different plan for you. And so people need to, depend on him and wait on him, because he is always on time.
No matter what.
He don't come when we ask, but when I say that the God is on time, he is on time. I am a witness.
Well, you know what? It is good seeing you. I haven't seen you in over a year. And
I know when I came out there, that was like more than 2019.
That was, oh my gosh, it's been 2 years. It'll be 2 years.
Yeah, because it was COVID 2020.
Yeah, no, COVID is just, I don't even want to get on the whole COVID thing. I don't.
But I can honestly say that COVID, it affected me, but didn't affect me.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
So, like I said, because of COVID, I've gotten closer, at a faster pace, with God, doing because of COVID. Well, because if it wasn't COVID, I wouldn't have been going through this church. I wouldn't be going to church on Zoom and Bible study on Zoom and really studying and learning, about the what. Because I've read the Bible a couple of times, but when you read it, some books of the Bible, you kind of like skim through, like this big Abraham begat David, begat this,
Abraham begat David. Lord of mercy.
I mean, you know what I mean.
The begat. I understand.
Yeah.
You understand and all the basic stuff. Yeah.
Right. But now I'm reading it and I'm understanding. I'm understanding what the book of Deuteronomy is talking about, what the book of Numbers is talking about. I know what the rules, who God was talking to and why, and that everything that's happening today and now happened way back then. I mean, so it's, you're learning, and then it helps you know how to deal with situations, and it just helps me with my faith. That's all I can say.
For everybody in the chat, how can they find you? We know we have the website, and we do definitely want people to get the book. I'm gonna buy the book. Her wine is good. I drank some 2 years ago, and it was good. It was very potent. I had to have one glass of it, but it was very good wine. And so I'm going to make sure that I order the book. I have not ordered the book, but I am going to order the book. I'm going to get my daughter a copy of the book. And so that is one of the things. But what I want to know is, I want to know if you can tell us where folks can find you. I will tell you guys this. When I hadn't seen her in almost 20 years, right? When we did see each other 2 years ago. And it, excuse me, it was heartbreaking, really, because you hadn't seen somebody that you grew up with, you loved, you had a great, you love for. And then when I saw her, it was just like we picked right back up. And so I'm really glad that you agreed to come on and share a part of my life with my co-laborers tonight. And I'm glad that you shared some stuff tonight that I did not know. And that's a trip, that no matter how much you think you know somebody, there's some stuff that you do not know. Do not know. So I didn't know you worked in the bookstore. That's why I doubled back. I was like, wait a minute, you worked in the middle school, you worked at the student store. And the student store for us, I don't know whether you guys, but in California, we call it the student store. I'm sure everybody has them. We would go and buy our pencils. We would buy books. We buy,
he was selling candy. They were selling candy and snacks.
At your school, because at middle school. Right. But I did not go to the same middle school.
Oh yeah. You're right.
I was in Wilmington.
Oh, okay.
Wilmington, yeah. And so but we had a lot of different stuff in that day. So it's just really good to see you. I'm really thankful to God that you were able to come out and share with the co-laborer.
Thank you for having me.
I'm just glad that you were able to come, and I'm glad that you were able to, I'm glad that I shared, I wanted to get all your good juiciness out. Funny to me, I thought I knew, but I didn't know nothing. Stuff I didn't know, but it was really good to talk to you, and it was really great to, allow people to tap into your life and to learn something about you, taking care of your daughter that way, getting at her, because I was in Germany when you had your baby. I think I was in Germany. Yeah. So I didn't.
Well, your baby is like the same age as my daughter, right?
My youngest is
Valencia.
Yes, is the same age as your daughter. Yes. And I had her in Germany. And, and so to rear the children and all that stuff, it's just, I don't know. It's just a good thing to talk to you. And
because we got back together. We hooked up when they were like
at least 4 or 5. It was
five. Yeah, it was 4 or 5, because I was living in Hawthorne, and I gave Angelique a birthday party, and you bought Valencia. Because remember that girl came, wanted me to braid her hair, and you was like, no, she's about to have her daughter's birthday party. You gotta go. You was like, you're not braiding no hair right now while you got all these people coming to your house for the birthday party. I was like,
and don't talk about hair. I'm half gray up here. I'm trying to figure out what to do with gray patches at the top of the head, gray hair. And you talking about hair. Yeah, she was having a birthday party for her daughter. And what ended up happening was there's this random person. Well, it's not random, but it's a lady.
Well, she was my coworker when I was working on one of the shows. I forgot I think it was Parenthood or something, or Hughleys.
Yeah, Parenthood. That was good. Yeah. And then the lady came to the birthday party, and she was like, okay, you can braid my hair now. And I'm thinking, she's about to have guests at the house. She can't braid hair while guests are coming. How would that look? Braiding somebody's hair, which she braided. She braids. I mean, that's another way that she made extra money. I remember one thing.
Way back then. I don't do it now.
Back then she did, because she was, like she said, a hustler. But let me just tell you guys something right
I was paying my bills with that.
Yeah. And then I'm going to get in trouble because they gave me a specific amount of time to talk to you. And I know when they said that was the amount of time, let me tell you something. when you have people who have like people, when you know people who got, but they got people, you got to do what they people say. But I'm gonna do what I want to do. But anyway, you got to go through the people to do the people business and stuff. I would do what I want to do. But anyway, she was the most frugal person with her money. I remember that about you. I remember that when we did finally come back from overseas and having been in, having been there in Texas and in Missouri, we were everywhere. And then we finally came back. And then when we did, I remember how you shared with me that you would take your money and you would pay everything off. You paid off that Fiero, a car you had. I didn't know what kind of car it was, but it was a car. And I remember you telling the guy, no, you didn't want any month to month something. You just and you
Oh,
wanted.
that was the escort.
Okay, okay. But I mean,
that was my
tell us about your
in
frugal.
between car. That
Tell
was
us
my in
about that.
between car. Huh?
Tell us about how frugal you are and how you mastered that. What made you be able to do that?
Sister didn't have a choice. You know, when you have, and my mom was like that. With my mom was better with working with a little money than she was with a lot of money. And I think I picked up those same traits. If I got a little budget, I make that little budget work. But yeah, that story is in my book too. But what happened was I had a Nissan Pulsar,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a '87 Nissan Pulsar, and I got behind in the car payment, and I had started a new job. I was doing an educational video, and the lady, oh, my thing's about to go. And the lady, the owner, she was supposed to pay us that Friday. And so that Friday, she was like, oh, wait, I can't pay you guys until Monday. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm 2 months behind in my car note. I need to pay this car note though. And that Sunday before Monday, they came and repoed my car. And I was like, oh boy. So the lady gave us our check, gave me my check that day, but didn't have no car. So I went to this little dealership, and the guy, I told him, I said, I picked out the little white Escort. I said, how much is that? And then I think he told me it's like 5,000 or something. I was like, okay, how much do I need to put down on it? He said about 1,000. So I said, okay, well, no, he said 2,000. I said, well, I got 1,000 cash now. He was like, well, no, you need another 1,000. And I was like, okay. I said, but I need to go to work. So what he did, it was God. When I say it was God, he gave me a Hyundai, the little hatchback one. And he said, well, use this to go to work. And then when you get your next check, come back and give me the two, and I'll give you the Escort. And I'm like, why am I gonna rent this car? He said, no, you have to rent it. He said, you just have to put gas in it. I said, you gonna let me use a car for a whole week? He said, mm-hmm. He said, I trust you.
Wow.
I was like, look at God. Look at
Yes,
God.
yes. And you weren't famous at the time. You couldn't say that it was just God. Amen. Amen. The favor of God on your life. Well, listen, I don't want to be disrespectful to your people. I know we're 23 minutes over the hour. I was allotted. I'm going to go on ahead.
Well, you know, we can talk all night long, girl.
Yes,
we know how we do.
So let me ask you something. What is it that you want folks to know about but what you've got coming up, so that we can go ahead and close it out? Tell us what you've got coming up. Tell us about, what is it that you want us to know? I know you have the book. Tell us what's going on in your life, where they can find you, how they can find you, what they can see you on.
Well, they can go on my the website, and that'll link you to my YouTube page, all my social media. I did do a movie. It's a new movie coming out. It's coming out. It's a documentary series called Genius, and it's about Aretha Franklin. So I believe it's like 8 episodes, and it's going to be out in March. I start seeing people have been telling me they've been seeing the trailer. So I play Sammy Bryant in this movie, movie documentary called Aretha. and it's but the name of the actual show is called Genius, featuring Aretha Franklin. So I know her birthday's in March, so I think they're gonna start airing them. But I believe I'm in the third episode.
Okay.
So
So the
check me
third
out
episode.
on
Mhm.
Aretha.
I want to read.
And yeah, I just been right now, did a couple of auditions. Now we're doing audition tapes. Um, I don't know what's going to come out of that or not, but and my animation, it's called Little Boss and Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm producer and lead actor, cast member on it. My business partner Tasha Biltmore. We have like a podcast coming up. We were supposed to do it last year, but coronavirus shut it down, which is all good. And it's called The Ish is Real with Tonya and Tasha. We're gonna tell the
Oh,
ish.
wow. That is
Is
too cute. The issue
Wait a
is
minute.
real.
The ish is real. There
Okay.
you go.
I didn't know about that. That's awesome. That is awesome. Well,
Yeah, we were supposed to have our launch party April last year, but
COVID did
you
everything.
know,
COVID wiped out one whole year, and that was 2020. Listen,
it sure did.
I thank you for being here with us. And I thank you for sharing some stuff with me that I didn't know, including what you just got through talking about. The issue's real. Didn't know that. And I thank you for that. So it was exceptional spending this last hour and a half with you.
Yes.
So very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And we are stoked about all your good stuff. We put your link down in the description.
Yes, please, people, buy my book, and if you order it off of my website, I will autograph it and send you a autograph picture with it.
Okay.
But if they're out of the country, then they have to get it off of Amazon.
Okay. All right.
But if they're in the U.S., they could order from my website.
So if you're in the U.S., you can go right here to the website and order it. If you're outside the U.S., you have to go on Amazon and buy the book. It's not what they call you. It's what
It's
you.
not what you call. Yeah, it's not what you're called.
Not what you're called. It's what you answer to. But see, no, let me shut up because I'm about to say, I'm crazy. I would have been back in the day. Yeah, what? You called me? What did you call me? No, I heard you what you said. No, just joking. And it was a blessing seeing you tonight. Thank you so very much.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going to hang out here on the show a little bit longer. I'm going to talk to the folks here just a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead per their instructions and excuse you.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay, so take care and thank you so much again. God bless.
Thank you. God bless.
Okay. That was exceptional, you guys. That did my heart good to see her. I'm so glad that she was able to come and to share some great things with us about her and about some stuff I didn't know. I mean, that's really a trip to know that you didn't know something about somebody that you thought you knew. But then again, you know what? It just goes to show that when you are apart for so many years, and then you don't see each other again, that's a reality, right? And you would hope that there'd be something different that you didn't know, and you'd also hope that there would be growth in somebody's life, and she has. And I believe that we are all in the place that we're supposed to be right now, doing what we are supposed to be doing. So how is everybody doing tonight? I just wanted to give you guys a few shouts out and say hey and say hello and see how everybody is doing. Melinda Ann, it is so good to see you, sister. Very, very moving and thought-provoking. Thank you. And then Black Spring is chatting and thanking, I think it's Akaska or Asaki, aka SA. Thank you so much for being here, because I don't know what it says, but I do appreciate you. And then if you want to make God smile, try to make a plan and see if it happens. Very true, very true. And that is exactly what Black Spring agrees to there. And let's see. Thank you all, the Lockhart Perspective Community Family crew. Thank you so much for being here. And then so good, really good. I'm so glad you were here as well, Kathy. All right, great interview. Thank you so much, Sandy, and then my sister here, Peaches 41. I really enjoyed the show. She is one of the OG mods, and I so appreciate her for being here. You tell your mom I said hey, and everybody, I want you guys to take care of one another. I really do. I want everybody to have an outstanding Sunday tomorrow. I want you guys to have an exceptional week. And next week, we got a special treat for you guys on Saturday Night is Live. And I think you're going to be surprised. Okay. All right. You guys take care. Be blessed. And remember what we say here, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every single word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High God. Take care, everybody.
To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Helping you along the way. Helping you to make it through another day.